Aaron Judge has been dominant through the 2022 season. It is hard to say Aaron Judge is not the best player this season. Aaron Judge has 28 home runs, which is first in the MLB, 59 runs, which is first in the MLB, 56 RBIs, which is fourth in the MLB, and for some advanced stats, Aaron Judge has the fifth best WOBA in the MLB, which WOBA is a statistic that is a weighted batting score that accounts all factors for how a batter gets on base. If they hit a home run, it is more valuable than a walk, and the final score produces a number of how valuable a player's hitting production is. Aaron Judge's WOBA is .421. The league's average is .310. This is not only a great WOBA, but one of the best over the last few years. Aaron Judge right now is on pace for these stats this year: a .310 batting average, 63 home runs, 128 RBIs, 136 runs, and a 1.055 OPS. Yes, that is correct. Aaron Judge is on pace for 63 home runs this season. That would be the most home runs since the steroid era, and it would be tied for the sixth most home runs ever in a single season. The crazy thing about Judge's production in 2022 is that I do not believe it will slow down anytime soon. Using advanced statistics, I will show why Aaron Judge, if he stays healthy, will be sustainable as a top player in the MLB for years to come. The Yankees are prepared to offer Aaron Judge some huge contract extensions, and I think the Yankees should not be afraid to make him the highest paid player in baseball, or someone else will. To start, Aaron Judge has actually been unlucky this year. Now, this may sound crazy since Judge's numbers this year are already great, but when using Baseball Savant and Fangraph's expected outcomes, it is statistically proven that Aaron Judge has not received the outcomes he deserves for his quality and quantity of contact he has produced. According to these sources, Aaron Judge is expected to have a .321 batting average, but he actually has a .293 batting average. Judge is also expected to have a .751 slugging percentage, but he has a .658 slugging percentage. If Judge had the slugging percentage he was expected to have, it would lead the MLB and be on pace to be the highest since Barry Bonds. Finally, Judge has an expected WOBA of .462, but he really has a .421 WOBA. If Judge had the WOBA he was expected to have, it would lead all of baseball. It would not only be the best WOBA this season, but be the best WOBA since 2015. So, Judge is one of the most unlucky players based on his contact results in the MLB, and if he got the production he was expected to, he would be in line for the most productive offensive season since 2015. If this does not scream value, then I don't know what does. A counter-argument to Judge being unlucky is he plays with the short porch in New York, and it's a hitter-friendly ballpark that allows him to hit more home runs. Although, if you actually track the home runs that Aaron Judge hits, the stadium that he plays in has zero effect on the home runs he has. Aaron Judge in this season has 28 home runs, and only 2 of them were considered doubters. Doubters are home runs that would only go out at 7 or less stadiums. So take those home runs away from Judge, and he's still leading the MLB in home runs, and still on pace for 50 plus home runs this year. The short porch narrative does not apply when talking about Aaron Judge. In addition, the data shows Judge's production will continue at this rate over time. Aaron Judge every season since his rookie year has led the MLB in hard hit percentage. This means that when he makes contact, he hits the baseball hard more times than anyone in the MLB. Aaron Judge's career hard hit percentage is 56.3%. I took a look at every player with over 550 plate appearances and hard hit percentage over 50%, excluding Aaron Judge, since the StatCast era began in 2015. From this data, I determined if you have over a 50% hard hit rate and 550 plate appearances, you will have on average 37.45 home runs and a .866 OPS. These are elite power numbers. Aaron Judge has never had a hard hit percentage below 50%. In fact, his worst hard hit percentage in a full season was 54.1%. This means that even at Aaron Judge's worst, if he gets 550 plate appearances, he will get around 37 home runs. This shows that Aaron Judge's consistent ability to hit the ball hard makes him a sustainable power hitter who will get around 37 home runs a season if he is healthy. Many players at the top of the league in hard hit percentage are pure power hitters and are great when they make contact, but strikeouts are a huge issue. If you were to find one flaw in Judge's game, it would be his strikeouts, but Judge has been improving his strikeout numbers every year. In 2017, Judge had a 30.7 strikeout rate, which was the fourth worst in the MLB, but in this season, Aaron Judge had 52 home runs and a 430 WOBA. He was second in the AL MVP voting, and if you ask me, he probably should have won. This just shows how elite Aaron Judge is when he makes contact. To be able to be one of the best hitters in baseball while having one of the worst strikeout rates means that Judge's frame, athleticism, and swing mechanics can make up for this flaw. Judge is the perfect model for hitting the baseball. All he needs to do is just make contact. He is 6'7", 282 pounds, with one of the most ideal launch angles for hitting baseballs. The ideal launch angle that produces the highest WOBA is between 10 and 25 degrees. Judge's average launch angle is 12.1 degrees, so as long as Judge makes contact, he will be elite. Now, if Judge can improve the strikeout rate just slightly and make contact more, he can improve his numbers and solidify himself as the best hitter in the MLB. So far this year, we have seen Judge make the adjustment. This season, he cut his strikeout rate to 24.8%. We can see the results following, and he is having the best statistical season of his career so far. Judge this year also has a 82.5% zone contact percentage, which is the best of his career, and has improved every single year in this category. This means he is getting better at recognizing pitches in the zone and is able to translate that into hitting them. Aaron Judge also has adapted to off-speed pitches in 2022. Before the 2022 season, Aaron Judge's highest WOBA against curveballs was .449. This year, against curveballs, Judge has a .550 WOBA. Then against sliders, the highest WOBA Judge had before this season was .392. This season, he has a WOBA of .481 against sliders. Judge hasn't changed the best parts of his game, which is his swing path, with his size, which allows him to hit the ball hard. All he has done is improve pitch recognition and take advantage of pitches that give him the best results. The data shows Judge has improved in pitch recognition across the board, and there is nothing you can't throw to him. After battling injuries for a while, Judge is finally at his peak. He has now put it all together. He may be 30 years old right now, which is typically around the prime or end of prime for a hitter, although I think Judge's prime could extend longer than the average hitter. I found a few player comps that meet the same thresholds in this era as Judge, but are slightly older so I can track how their careers have panned out compared to Judge's. What I looked at in these hitters are guys who, leading up to their age 30 season, had multiple seasons in the top 3 percentile for average exit velo, hard hit percentage, barrel percentage, and launch angles in the ideal 10 to 25 degree path. This is not a big list since the StatCast data only goes back to 2015, and I wanted to use players whose StatCast numbers match with Judge's to project his future outlook. The players that met this criteria were Josh Donaldson, JD Martinez, Paul Goldschmidt, Giancarlo Stanton, and Chris Davis. These players all aged fairly well, with the exception of Chris Davis, who weighs down this group. All of their average exit velocities, while into their 30s, never went below 89, except for Chris Davis. All of the players except for Chris Davis were in the top 8 percentile for WOBA or expected WOBA multiple times past their age 30 season, and their hard hit percentages all remained close to the same while fluctuating a little year to year. This chart gives a display for each of the comparisons' hard hit percentages over time. There were not any dramatic drops in hard hit percentage except for Chris Davis again. Other than him, none of these players had hard hit percentage drops more than 6% from one season to another. All of the players in this comparison averaged a hard hit percentage of 50.32 through their age 30 season. In seasons after their age 30 season, they all averaged a combined 46.37 hard hit percentage. So if you were to make a prediction about Aaron Judge's hard hit percentage into his 30s based on players with similar swings, it would be safe to say his hard hit percentage would go down by about 4% as theirs did too. But looking at this graph, Aaron Judge is way on top of everyone else in hard hit percentage. Aaron Judge's career hard hit percentage is 56.5. If it goes down by the 4% it is expected, Aaron Judge is still over 50% hard hit rate, which earlier in the video I said that if you have 550 plate appearances and a hard hit percentage of 50% or higher, you will have on average 37 home runs. I believe it is safe to assume that by taking these player comps and looking at the historical data of hard hit percentages, Aaron Judge into his 30s, if he gets 550 plate appearances, will have 37 home runs or more a season. There is no reason to fear Aaron Judge's production going forward. He is an elite power hitter, and the data shows that unless something unpredictable happens, he will remain one of the elite power hitters in the MLB through his 30s. The Yankees right now have themselves the best hitter in baseball this season. They are likely to continue to get this production through Judge's 30s, and I didn't even mention how great of a defender Judge is in this video, since that could be a whole other video itself. If I were in the Yankees' position, I would do whatever it takes to sign Judge to a long-term deal. Who cares if towards the end he falls off some? You have him for his prime, and even into his mid-30s he will still be hitting 30-plus homers. And if any player in baseball were to be able to still hit for power while they age and leave their athletic prime, I would take a bet on the strongest player in baseball, Aaron Judge.